Hello, good day and welcome. This is Learning the English Language with Mr. Techno. On today's episode of the English vocabulary, we will be looking at 8 exciting English words. These words are popularly tested in exam conditions across various levels, both nationally and in international exams like the IELTS, SAT, TOEFL, and even the GRE. Come with me. Number one, we have an adjective called copious. An adjective called copious. To be copious as an adjective means to be many. It means to be in abundance in large amounts. We will have synonyms for copious in words like profuse, many, lavish, and a word we call plentiful. Okay? Now, there are lots of other words that are synonymous to the word copious or synonymous with the word copious. All right? Which is why we have etc. here. Yes, the board cannot contain all the synonyms. So we just have to take the basic ones. So let's take that again. Copious is an adjective that is used to describe large amounts, excessive proportions. So it will have synonyms like profuse, many, lavish, and plentiful. Okay, so I could have a sentence like the class teacher gave copious examples in the course of his lecture, meaning many. Okay, I could have a sentence like the victim of the armed robbery attack was bleeding profusely. Yes, so it means large amounts of blood were gushing out of the victim's body. Number two, we have the word commodious. It is equally an adjective. You should know that whenever a word ends with OUS, just like you have here, such a word will belong to the adjectival class. To be commodious means having enough room. All right, and a very simple word for room is the word space. So we have synonyms like spacious, we have synonyms like large. Okay, we have another word known as capacious. Yes, meaning having the capacity to contain, to carry things, or to carry persons. Number three, we have the word abstain, which is a verb. To abstain as a verb means the deliberate act of withdrawing from a thing or a practice or an activity. The word abstain means to keep away from, to stay clear of, or to steer clear of. So we have synonyms like refuse, renounce, avoid, and a word we call shun. For example, every student or candidate sitting this exam must shun examination malpractice. Shun. Yes, you must avoid, you must refuse, you must reject, you must abstain from. Okay, please take note that in the English grammar, you don't abstain by something or in something or at something, you abstain from. Please take note of that. We abstain from. Number four, we have another verb known as abandon. Abandon. Okay, basically, to abandon is to leave. Yes, to desert a person or a place or a thing. Okay, so we have synonyms like desert, forsake, leave, and a word we call relinquish. Yes, so one can actually give up a position or relinquish the rights to the throne, for example. Yes, you can relinquish. It means to forego, to forswear, to repudiate, to disown, to disavow. All right. On number 5, we have a verb here, used here as a verb, known as bait. Okay, so the word bait as a verb is to set a trap for something or for a person. Just like fishermen use baits, okay, when hunting for fishes or trying to catch fish. Now, as a verb, we will have synonyms for bait as in the word lure, as in the word snare, as in the word ensnare, as in the word trap, and in the word decoy. Yes, decoy. So usually a decoy is a lookalike, okay, that is meant to deceive people or take their attention from the actual target or the original. Yes, most presidents of the world, when entering into volatile space or environment, okay, they tend to employ this particular approach using of decoy. Okay, please take note of that. So, other than being a verb, bait is also a noun, which is the material. It could be food or anything that is used to attract what you want. Okay, so number 6, we have the word called abet. It is a verb. To abet is to support, to promote, to assist a person in accomplishing a task. All right, so I could say that Mr. Johnson aided and abetted the criminals during the operation. So it means he assisted them, he gave them assistance, condone, favor, support, and even the word promote. Number 7, we have a word known as absurd. Absurd. To be absurd means to be unimaginable, that is ridiculous. Yes, unthinkable. Okay, something awkward, silly, ludicrous, farcical. Now, we have synonyms for absurd, like the word ridiculous, preposterous, foolish, silly, and so on. So, for example, I could have a sentence like, it is absurd for a father to give birth to children that he cannot cater for, okay? Or he cannot cater to their needs. Yes, that is what absurd means there. It means it is silly, it is unthinkable. We should not even imagine it. Yes, because it does not make any sense. Okay, so we also have a word there called preposterous. So we have other words for it like bizarre, odd, okay, weird, strange, and so on. I hope you're learning, of course. Number 8, the last for today, is the word affliction. All right, so affliction simply means distress, that is trouble, any event or engagement or what have you that exerts a certain strain on you, okay, is said to be an affliction. So we have synonyms like distress, sorrow, suffering, and a word we call ordeal. Please note that in the simplest of terms, the word ordeal is an unpalatable experience. Yes, a very unpalatable, unappealing experience, a bad experience that any person has is said to be an ordeal. So, for example, if you suffer at the hands of kidnappers, bandits, and such kinds or such elements, okay, you describe your experience with them as an ordeal. Please take note of that. So, the example I'm going to give here is a popular scripture from the Holy Bible, Nahum chapter 1, verse 9b, where the Bible said, speaking through the prophet, he said, affliction shall not rise the second time. Okay, so affliction there represents distress, sorrow, suffering, negative experience, or ordeal. All right, thank you very much. So please go through these words again. I believe you have them visibly on your screen. Take note of the synonyms I read off in the course of the class, And you can take a step further by forming examples with each of the keywords we have looked at. If you have the time, you can go on as well as forming examples with the synonyms written underneath each of these words. This is one of the sure ways to improve your vocabulary, because it is not enough knowing that the word exists. It is not enough being able to spell the word. It is not enough knowing the meaning of the word. You should equally progress further in knowing how, where, when to use the word. Okay? Until next time, I remain Mr. Techno. Do not forget, it is always fun and a delight learning the use of English with Mr. Techno. See you next time.